Hello, and welcome back to a chapter a day. Wow, we are moving on. It is Tuesday, February the 27th, and we will be reading chapter 7 today. Chapter 7. As I'm doing this now, just going into the chapter and then straight to the recap, I will just go ahead with the reading, but I want to say thanks again for all the viewers and thanks again for whatever comments were left. I always try to make a quick reply, a thank you, and I continue to pray for inspiration, upliftment, and thought, which is what I would like you to get from the readings. So, moving right along, Exodus chapter 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth mine armies, and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I stretch forth mine hand upon Egypt, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moses and Aaron did as the Lord commanded them, so did they. And Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh. And the Lord spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Show a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, Take thy rod, and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh, and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt. They also did in like manner with their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. And he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as the Lord had said. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened, he refuseth to let the people go. Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning, lo, he goeth out unto the water, and thou shalt stand by the river's brink against he come. And the rod which was turned into a serpent shalt thou take in thine hand, and thou shalt say unto him, The Lord God of the Hebrews has sent me unto you, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear. Thus saith the Lord, In this thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in mine hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Say unto Aaron, Take thy rod, and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in the vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moses and Aaron did so as the Lord commanded, and he lifted up the rod, and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that was in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river, and there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as the Lord had said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. And all the Egyptians digged round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled after the Lord had smitten the river. Wow, the showdown has begun. And it is not between Moses and Pharaoh, it is between God and Satan. As always, it's always been between God and Satan. Everything God does, Satan tries to replicate, except he does it in a derogatory manner to make God look bad. And this was no exception. So now Moses is 80, Aaron, his brother, is 83, and now it's time for the show to take place. Let the show go on, go before Pharaoh. God already told them, don't think he's just going to say, okay, fine, I give in. No, he already has his little conjurers, yeah, waiting to replicate everything that Moses does. So the serpent was replicated when Aaron threw down his rod. That became a serpent. Did he do that one yet? Yeah, I think he did. He did God told him to do the one with the rod and the serpent. But right. And then Pharaoh called his sorcerers and magicians to do the same thing, and their rod turned also into serpents. But guess what? Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. That'll tell you. And then God sent him out to the river where Pharaoh, I guess, used to go every morning. And he told him, touch the water with the rod and it will become blood. And he did just that. The fish died, of course, and that's going to produce a horrible smell. So the people couldn't even drink the water. But guess what? He brought his witchcrafters out to do the same thing, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened. And I'll say this, sometimes, you know what? People said, can the devil work miracles? We won't call them miracles. Jesus did miracles. The devil does deceptions. So if he wants to deceive you, he will make it seem like, yeah, whatever he's doing is equal to what God does or has done. It ain't. He has another agenda in mind, to deceive. But God is more powerful, is, was, and ever shall be than the devil. There is no way Satan could outrank God. Never, ever, ever. So, with that said, so we see two things that were already shown. The rod with the snakes, and then the river, and everything, and the fish and everything dying and just leaving everything in a foul smell. And now we will see what will take place in the next reading, because Pharaoh's heart is not softening. So until our next reading, I thank you and pray that you will be blessed or inspired by something that you've heard today. Until our next reading, have a wonderful day. Bye.